I believe in tulips. The flower that is planted in the late fall and blooms in the spring gives me hope. I know that getting through winter in Minnesota seems impossible, but once the tulips come up, I know I survived. It's God's way of saying that good can come out of bad, and last year I never would have guessed a flower would mean so much to me. Last fall, my mom was in a serious car accident. Two of my sisters and brother were in the car, but she took the most damage. I was told if she had gotten up out of the car, she would have died. A simple move could have ended her life and emotionally ended mine. This is the kind of news that numbs you during the day but causes you to lose sleep at night. She broke her neck and spent the long winter in a neck brace that she could not move in. My mom is not the kind of person to sit still for a moment, let alone for months. My mom, who had 9 children, was not planning to sit still because she had no choice in the matter, and she spent many dark days of winter in a chair. I do not know if almost losing my mom is worse than having my mom but not being able to go to her for a hug or for comfort. The day my mom was cleared from the hospital, or the day the tulips were planted, I had asked her over and over again if she needed anything, and she made it very clear that all she wanted was for me to plant the tulip bulb she had bought a week before the accident. For someone who just broke their neck, that was the last thing I expected her to ask, but she was very serious about it. I decided to do what she wanted, and she stood on the deck in her neck brace and robe and watched me plant the tulips. I told her that I could handle it and that she should go inside and sit down, but the stubborn woman that she is stood in the cold, bossing me around. I was crushed by my mom's accident, and at 16 had no idea how to live life without her. It happened a couple days before Thanksgiving, and while the doctors told me she was a walking miracle, that only 6% of people who have a C2 hangman's break survive, I felt I had nothing to be thankful for. Good does come out of bad, and I believe with everything in me that the tulips are what both gave us hope. Trying to stay positive in a hard situation is what society expects, but what I needed and what my mom needed was a reason to keep going. It is spring now, and the other day at school I got a text from a mom who is brace-free and almost fully healed that our tulips were starting to bloom. The hope that I completely lost in myself, in my family, and especially in God had slowly been restored, all because of a 98-cent bulb and time to grow. Unlike how quickly the accident had happened, they grew slowly. And instead of making me feel lost, they made me feel like Minnesotans feel once spring finally rolls around. Pure hope and relief that it finally got better.